Kuanus tula anavi que stay tula chiza con colección chiza colección gas. Hi there, I am back. So we're gonna continue with lesson 7, and as I said, we are gonna be learning about pronouns now, and so quickly, just like like in English, when you use I, me, you, he, him, she, her, these or it. These are pronouns, and they serve the same function as noun phrases for in a sentence. So we also have those in Zapotec, which you guys we're going to go over in this section. So there are what we're going to be learning on this. Now it's about the what we call bound pronouns. Okay, so we're going to be looking at two bound pronouns, which is the e, two dots, eng, and the I. So the first one we call it the proximate pronoun, because bound pronoun, because it's close. Say that it's the same idea with when we talked about re and re, right? This and that. So think about it, the same idea. So it's this or proximate to you, and then e, it's distal, it's away from you, or sometimes even you can use that when you don't feel any affinity to that person, like you don't feel close to that person and you want to distance yourself from that person, so you use the I. And the way that they work, it's like in this example. So as I said, they're bound pronouns and they are attached to the verb. So for this example, for instance, for he, she is running, we can say kajunyan, right? This one is running, he or she, right? And then on the other one, we have the I. So it is pronounced kajuni. Or naasang with war, he, she grabbed the turkey, like this one, close to us. And then that one grabbed the turkey, can be he or she, nasi with whore. So as you can see, this is, well, I hope that you already saw that we have the progressive, the verb in progressive right here, and this one is in the perfective, right? That the habitual usually is with an R and then changes for progressive CA, and then in the perfective with the R and verb that change, the R change into an M. So just to remind you guys, okay? And then, so we have progressive, and then this is the base, run, and the E2 dot and G, it's attached to it. So, kajunyan, okay? And this is the I attached to the verb, to the progressive verb right here. So I hope that makes sense. So again, that's these are called bound pronouns, okay? Bound, because they're just bound, they're attached to the verb in this case. So, and also the I can be used to the for inanimate, non-living items such as rniti, right? Or also the eng, rniti, and that one is missing. So rniti, rnitian. It's the it. Okay. So what I'll do, oh, one more thing. We talked earlier that when we have a verb such as riak, which ends with a C, and then we change that when we're going to be using an I or an E. So it's like the Spanish rules that you change the C into a QU, right? So you can be able to pronounce the I. So in this case, the C change into QU, and then we add the I or the E with two dots. So we pronounce those biaki, riakan. All right, so please go over this section. We did talk about it at some point early in the lessons. And these bound pronouns, the I and the I to that NG, are singular pronouns. Later on, we will be going over the plural pronouns, but for now, we're just focusing on the third person singular, okay? So this is your next homework. Please do it. Only by practicing, you'll get better and better. So go over this section. Also read this part. So now we're going to be looking at how it actually works when we have pronoun combination. So here we go. So the man likes a woman. And Zapotec we say Julas punyamna. So the man likes the woman, right? So how do we go about changing this into pronouns? So here we go. So this is the one who is doing the action, right? The liking the woman. So you can say Julas ngamna. So now we are substituting the e to that and g for the man or boy in this case. So look, so we have Rulas Bunyamna. Now we have Rulazangmna. Okay, or if you don't feel any closeness to this person, it's not close by, and then you use the I, so you can say Rulazimna or Rulazgamna. Either one is perfectly fine, okay, substituting it for the man. And then we're gonna look at another sentence. So here, say Juan Dishsa. Okay, so Juan learns Zapotec. And then if we want to substitute Juan for a pronoun, again, we attach it to the verb. So it's saying Dishsa. Okay. And then, or if you want to use the I, so you can say saying Dishsa or say the Dishsa. And the same for this sentence. So we are substituting na for a bound pronoun, either the proximate or the distal. So it would be psudievinis. Psudievinis. Okay. All right. So let's continue. Please just go over some of these details, which I'm not going to go into because I think that, again, I would be best helping you by just pronouncing the words, and also here to go over. I know that you, by now, you know how to pronounce the or use the pronunciation guide, so that you'll know what are the changes that take place when you're saying in the habitual form and also when you have in a sentence. So, all right. So we have more about pronunciation of verb with pronoun subjects. So here we go. So Weinroin, Geronimo woke up. So we say Weinroin or whiny, right? So now this is all one word, but remember that this is the bound pronoun attached to the verb. And you can say, you can substitute drawing with I or E to that ng. So therefore, you can say whiny or wanyan. Okay, so I hope now you get the pattern that we are discussing. And again, more homework. Okay. So now also you can specify this one or that one in translation for the proximate and distal pronoun. For instance, we could translate the last two sentences as whiny or wanyan, right? He woke up or she woke up, or whiny, wanyan. So either way. So again, since we don't have, we can, the can be either she or he. Okay, and then this is a table that you need to go over, and then hopefully you can fill those out, the blanks. And now after we talk about the we talk about the bound pronouns, now we're gonna be talking about free pronouns. Okay, so for the bound pronoun, we said that it needs to be attached to a verb. Okay, so now these free pronouns, that they also mean like he, she, it, and proximate and distal, the ones that we talked about. They are not attached and they are objects, okay? So for example, Barley, the boy poked a stick at him. So in Barley. So this is the free pronoun. Remember, is the object, right? Of being poked at. There's the subject and there's the object. So remember that the pronoun is substituting perhaps for noun. You could have said Juan, and Juan is Lai. I hope that makes sense. And now we have he is waking her up, right? So kakwani lang. So the I is the subject of the verb, right? So you could have said, so let's see, kakwan jap, bed, right? So the jap could be the I and bed lang. So using the names, we're just using the pronouns here. So bound pronoun, free pronouns, okay. So again, the lie is the distal pronoun, and the lang is the proximate. So, and we've talking all along what that means. Okay. And we have some other examples here. Okay. So this is the, if we want to focus pronoun subject, and then remember that how do we know that's a focus sentence. Remember that in English is underlined, and Zapotec, it begins with the noun, or in this case, the pronoun. Remember that the basic word orders in Zapotec sentence is verb, subject, object. And if you have anything before that, it's most likely to be a focus sentence, okay, like in this case. So she poked a stick at the teacher, right? So she is the focus, so that's here. Lang wooden bar mes. All right. The next sentence is he is waking up the cat. Sorry. So he is waking up the cat. Lie, that one, right? Distal. So it always goes. So if you remember here, right? She, it's if it is she, lang, and you need to use the N2E dots here as well. So if you can see here, lie, and this is the I form, okay. Okay, so let's continue here. More homework, please. Okay, so we're gonna now use the pronouns with con, okay, which means with or and. So free pronouns are also used following con, and as I said, that means with or and. And we're gonna go over some of the example in which we use the with and in Zapotec. So for example, if you say the boy is jumping with her, okay, we write it in Zapotec, katiasanin con lang. The boy is jumping with her. One more time. Katiasanin con lang. Next, the girl gave him the book with the teacher. Okay, so they jap lieverlei con mes. One more time. They jap lieverlei con mes. And this is a focus sentence. Okay, just pay attention to the underlines in English. The girl and he and this girl gave the teacher the book, right? So, j'apprends con lei vedeit liever mes. One more time. J'apprends con lei vedeit liever mes. So I hope that that's clear. If not, you can always go back and remember that the lang is the proximate, lie is the distal, and on the free pronouns, on the bound pronouns, the e to that ng is the proximate, proximate pronoun, and the I is the distal. Okay, so I hope that you're keeping up with reading the details that we have, because as I said, I'm going to be focusing mostly helping with the explaining how these pronouns are used, and also saying the sentences that you can hear how it is pronounced. So in a bit, I'm going to stop right here, and then we'll finish our lesson in a minute. So we're going to be going over the negative sentences in the next section. I'll see you in a few minutes.